everyone, and welcome back to our channel, or welcome to our channel if you're new. For today's video, I'll be showing you how to get this plum fall / winter holiday inspired look. So I realized really early on that I forgot to do a fall tutorial for October because that would have been the perfect month to do one. So I decided to put together a nice fall / winter transition type of look for you today. So basically it's a nice plum lip with a nice smoky but natural purple eye. So if you'd like to see how to get this look, then please keep on watching. Alright, so to get started, we're first going to start off with primer. Now for primer, I'll be using my Too Faced Hangover RX primer, and as you guys know, I use this all the time, so I'm just going to apply this all over my face. Alright, so now that we have our primer on, I'm going to move on to the rest of my face. So what I'm doing instead of my normal routine, which is to add my foundation on, I'm going to go in instead and start with my concealer. So I'm going to conceal under my eyes first, and then I'm going to put my foundation on top. The reason why I'm doing this is just I'm trying to experiment a little bit. I've seen other people do it with their concealer first on and then go in with their foundation, and it looks really flawless and really nice. So I'm going to try it out and see how it goes today. So for concealer, I'll be using my Maybelline Age Rewind Dark Eraser Concealer, and I'll be applying this underneath my eyes, just where I have my little eye bags. So I'll be applying it there, and I'm not applying it anywhere else because I didn't feel the need to conceal anywhere else underneath my foundation. Alright, so now that I have the concealer under my eyes and I look really funny, I'm going to take my beauty blender, and then I'm just going to buff this underneath the eyes and then start going straight into the foundation. I'm not going to put my finishing powder on right after because we don't have anything else that's on the face. So we first want to put all of the liquids onto the face and then set it with powder. So I'm just buffing this away with my beauty blender, and you'll really want to buff this in, mainly because you're putting more product on top afterwards. So you really want to have that nice and blended and look very seamless, even though it's way lighter than my actual skin tone. And the foundation I'll be using is my Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation, and that's in the shade Y405. And just like with the concealer, I'm taking my beauty blender and just blending all this foundation in. And you want to focus around the face first, and then you can go back in later and add some more foundation and just build it up until you found the coverage that you're looking for. I decided to add a little more foundation around my eyes, mainly because the concealer was showing out to look a little weird, not just adding brightness, but just looking a little off. So I just added a little more foundation just to make that look seamless. Alright, so as you can see, my face is a lot more brighter, and my concealer doesn't really look mismatched with my foundation, so I kind of like this, but I'll let you know in upcoming videos if this really works for me. Next up, I'm going to set my face with powder. So I'm taking the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder in the shade 230, and I'm applying this onto my under eyes as well as the rest of my face with a beauty blender. Now I'm really focusing under the eyes, mainly because we have concealer and then foundation stacked on top of that. And I tend to have a very oily face, so I would need a lot of powder just to set this and have a matte canvas to work with to add more powders and any other liquids on top. And this was also to make sure that it stays in place all day long. Alright, so that is the face completed, well, in terms of foundation and concealer. So my first impression on the concealer being underneath the foundation, I do like how it looks. However, I don't know how long it's going to last, so we'll see throughout the day if it lasts longer or not, depending on so many factors like my skin type, what condition the weather is out there. Right now it's extremely cold, so it's more likely to last longer. But I have a really oily face, so normally things slip and slide very easily. And I don't know whether or not this change in my routine will work for me, but I will let you guys know on our social media pages whether or not it worked or not. Or I'll let you know in upcoming videos, depending on what I get to first. So now that that is done, we're moving on to brows. So for brows, I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Granite, and this is the one I always use. So basically I'm just going to do my brows like I normally do. If you guys want to see a brow tutorial, let me know in the comments below. But otherwise I'm just going to do them like I normally do in every other tutorial. And just to let you guys know, everything that I've used in this video and mentioned in this video will be linked in the description box below. And if you have any other questions, just let me know in the comments below. So for bronzer, like I said, we're going in with the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. And we're also going to go in and mix the other bronzer with this Bahama Mama bronzer from the Balm Cosmetics. I've had this bronzer for honestly years, and it's one of the best bronzers that I can get at like the drugstore here. And it's really cute. The packaging is so adorable. I don't know if you guys ever seen this one, but it used to be all over YouTube. Especially this and the Mary Lou Luminizer, but I really love the packaging and I don't think I would ever get rid of it just because of the packaging. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put a lot of this onto my brush first. And then I'm going to go in and just slightly dust the Chocolate Soleil bronzer as well, because I don't want too much of a bronzy look, as I said earlier. In terms of applying the bronzer, I'm just applying it onto my cheekbones as well as my forehead area. And I'm not doing this in a very sharp fashion, mainly because I don't like a sharp contour. You guys may have noticed that with my past tutorials that I don't really do a sharp contour. It's not really my thing. But if you guys want to see one, I am more than happy to do one. And if you'd like to do it with this look, by all means do so, because it would also look really good with this look. However, I just personally like a very loose contour. You'll also want to run some down here where your jawline is, and this is just going to make that area look a little chiseled out and maybe hide some double chins. I know I have like a triple chin, so I'm trying to cover that with the bronzer. So I'm going to go in with the Bahama Mama bronzer once again, and then I'm going to take a very thin brush. So I'm taking this brush right here. Do not get it twisted, this is not a toothbrush, I promise you. This is one of those fancy brushes. I got this in one of these really nice brush sets. They look like this. And I can honestly say these brushes are really cool and they look really nice on my nightstand, and they also work really well. These aren't the really expensive brand. I know there's an expensive brand to these, but these are the Baby Beauty Forever Young brand. So this is probably the discount brand to the really expensive one. If I find what the expensive one is called and what it looks like, I will probably put it somewhere here or there. But yeah, these are really great. In fact, I would not say to go spend out your money on the really expensive ones. These are super great and they're really affordable. So I'm gonna take this toothbrush looking thing and I'm just going to lightly use a little bit of it, and I'm just going to apply it straight to my nose. So what you want to do here, and I'm no contour expert, in fact I'm not even a makeup expert, I just like makeup, but what I've learned is that if you can't get both sides even, it won't look good. So after you're finished this whole area of your nose, you'll want to go back in with a concealer and conceal down the middle, or if you have a highlighter, highlight down the middle, because then it at least looks like it has a straight symmetrical look to it, and that can also make your nose look a lot smaller. I'm happy with the size of my nose, so I'm just going to contour the actual lines that are there. I don't want to make it look thinner than it is, I just want to make it look more symmetrical, if you get what I mean. So now for eyeshadow, we're starting off with the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, and I'm taking the shade White Peach from the palette, and we're going to apply this all over the lid. And the reason why I'm applying it all over the lid is just so that we have a nice blank white canvas to add more colorful shades on top. This really helps, especially if you have hooded eyes like mine. So then we're taking Puree and Summer Yum from the exact same palette, and we're mixing the two on a nice fluffy crease brush. And I'm going to apply this on my outer V as well as into my crease. And this is just going to add as a very nice transition shade for when we add more darker or purpley tones on top. And we are once again going back into the palette and taking the shade Delectable, which is a nice dark purple. I thought it was a little more lighter in the pan, but on the face it's a lot darker. So I'm applying this on my outer V as well and building it up on top of that crease shade that we put on before. So you're just going to build this up and blend it in really nicely, just so that you have a nice seamless look and it doesn't look too harsh with the other brown shade underneath. Next up, I'm going into my Makeup Forever Professional Paris palette, and I'm taking the shade D926 and D826, which is the maroon-ish type of shade, and the purple in the palette. And I'm mixing these and applying this into the center of my lid. And I did this mainly because I started off with a nice maroon shade that I was planning to do, but then when I saw the purple and how nicely it applied, I wanted to go into a more purple, smoky type of shade. So as you can see here, I'm just building it up, and then I'm taking my crease brush from before and just blending that through and blending in the crease just so that nothing looks very harsh. So we're just blending this through, and I wasn't happy with the lid as much, so I went into my White Peach palette from Too Faced and I took the shade Peach Passion, which is a beautiful glitter purple and has flecks of blue in it. So I thought this was a really nice topper for the lid. So I'm just applying this straight onto the center of my lid, kind of like a halo eye effect. It kind of gave that effect before I went in with other shadows. Now I'm going into my Tarte Make Believe in Yourself Eye and Cheek palette, and I'm taking the shade Trance, which is a nice kind of off purple shimmer shade, and I'm applying this into my inner corner and inner part of my lid, mainly because I wanted a nice contrast of shine and color to the lid because I found that it looked very flat, so this added some nice dimension to it. I'm then going back into the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, and I'm taking the shade Delectable once again. And what we're doing with this is that we're adding this on the outer corner of the lid just to bring back some dimension into that area because it was kind of drowned out because of all the blending. I'm then taking the shade M100 from the Makeup Forever Professional Paris palette, and I'm applying this very sparingly onto my crease area. Now I'm doing this just so that area is a little more darker. Like I said earlier, I just wanted to add some more dimension, so just have a very light hand when you're adding this black. Alright, so now we're moving on to the lower lash line. So I'm taking that same shade Delectable from the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, and I'm going to apply this on my lower lash line as if I was doing eyeliner. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm going to apply this and then buff it straight out. Now as you can see here, I'm buffing it downwards just so that it looks very smoky, and especially with this purple, it's going to look very smoky and just really seamless with the upper lash line. I'm then going back into my Tarte Make Believe in Yourself palette, and I'm taking this all white shade. It doesn't have a name on it, but it's like a white iridescent highlighter shade, and I'm applying this into my inner corner. And this is just going to add some brightness there. I'm then taking my Kat Von D ink liner in the shade Trooper, and I'm applying this onto my eyes in the form of eyeliner. And nothing special about this, just simple eyeliner. You can do as extravagant eyeliner as you'd like with this look. I wanted to keep it very minimal. I'm also taking my Urban Decay 24/7 liner and lining my lower lash line. I'm then taking my MAC Peach Twist blush, and I'm applying this onto the apples of my cheeks and near my temple area and on my contour, just so that I have some nice flush of color to the inner part of my face. For highlighter, I'm taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. I'm taking the shade Summer and applying this onto my cheekbones as well as my nose area, and this is a very kind of creamish, light, whitish type of shade, so it works really well for this look because it's not too warm toned. I'm then taking my Benefit Roller Lash Mascara, and I'm gonna apply this to my lashes. Before doing so, however, I'm gonna take my lash curler and curl my lashes just slightly. I didn't want heavy lashes, but you can also add lashes to this look. It'll look really good, especially because it's very smoky. So I'm just applying the mascara to my upper and lower lash line, and I'm just curling it upwards just so that I have that lift in my lashes. I'm then taking my Kat Von D lip liner in the shade Bow and Arrow, and I'm going to apply this onto my lips and just outlining my lips before I add my other shades of lipstick on. So I'll be layering colors of lipstick. So first I'm taking my Urban Decay Comfort Matte Lipstick in the shade 1993, and I'm applying this onto my lips. And this is a nice neutral shade, but then I decided to put a gloss on top. So I'm taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills lip gloss in the shade Venom, And this is a nice light purple shade that works really well with the neutral colors underneath and as well as the eyes. So it gives off a nice berry tone type of lip. And as you can see here, because it's a lot darker, I decided to layer it on just to make sure that I have a nice defined lip for this look. So now I'm taking my Too Faced Hangover RX 3-in-1 setting spray, and then I'm going to just spritz my face with this. And I really kind of drenched my face in this, mainly because I did not want the colors to fade or anything like that, because we're working with dark colors. And I'm just fanning this in just to make sure everything is dry before I move forward with my hair and things like that. So now I had some bobby pins in my hair just to keep it out of my face, and I'm just breaking out my curls and just getting my hair set for the day. And this is the final look. So basically I put on a nice glossy plum type of lip, and we have nice dark and smoky purple eyes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to comment down below if you like this video or anything else on our channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos every single week, and to turn on post notifications to be notified whenever we upload. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and thanks for watching. Bye.